Hi and welcome to Karmaspiritus. My name is T and I am a tarot reader, healer, psychic and medium. Please receive these messages with love and light. Please reverse the roles if needed. The messages may not resonate with everyone, and that's fine. I'm going to be using these stones as well within these readings, just to see what else comes out. Okay, this is a reading for Libra. That's 2 jump out already. 3, 4. Do I accept these? Let's continue. Please support me with this reading for Libra. This reading is for Libra. Please guide me with the messages for Libra. Any messages here that Libra need to hear for the month of July? Please support me with the messages for July for the sign of Libra. The cards are here. Okay, so the first card here is the King of Swords reversed, the Ace of Pentacles upright, the 3 of Cups reversed, and this one, trying to get it out of the shine, is the 7 of Cups. Don't know if you can see that. Okay. Energies I'm receiving for Libra. Libra, I feel that there has been a situation in the past where you yourself needed more guidance, whether that be legal advice or guidance from an elder. This King of Swords reminds me very much of, I don't read the cards, I read the energy. So it's important to know that when you see my readings, they're not necessarily strictly the way tarot is read. I feel that there was either Virgo or possibly an Aquarian, or somebody with an Aquarian quip. I'm getting the words Aquarian quip. In other words, the way they speak is very Aquarian, can be quite sharp, can be quite eccentric, excuse the trains, can be, or maybe this is you. Maybe this is the way that you've been speaking and how you've been receiving your truth. Or maybe it's that partner in your life that has been somewhat unruly in the way they communicate with you, they speak with you. Could be a boss, could be anybody in your environment. But they've been quite cutthroat. I feel that there's been a triangle situation, whether it's they've been speaking out of turn about you with someone else, or there's a threesome dynamic in some way. And this has been quite a materialistic scenario, situation. It's been, everybody's after the money, after the coin, after the career, after that prosperity. Maybe you wanted a raise, maybe you wanted your job back. I'm hearing you wanted your job back. Maybe you thought that it wouldn't, this situation wouldn't have gone so far, but it's gone. There's been a lot of gossip. There's been a lot of he said, she said. And I feel that there's been people, I'm hearing workplace, within the workplace that have heard some untruths about you. It's been quite malicious. Whether it's that spiritual group, that friend dynamic. It's been quite unsupported, and I feel a chill now. You've really felt quite isolated, and the things that have been said about you have shocked you to your core. They've really made, time stand still, and your life has been on hold. This has been a real shock to your system, something that you thought would never ever happen. Something that you should have kept to yourself. But Librans, being Librans, can be very outspoken, and that's fine in the right dynamic, in the right situation, at the right time. But due to the air in your chart, you are free in how you speak. There's a freedom. You need to say what you need to say. Otherwise your heart, your mind doesn't feel right. For you it's very logical. You say what you need to say. It's heartfelt. And you need to express it. But this wasn't the right time. And all the things that you were taught as a child in your past, to speak out, to be yourself, to be guided by your truth, whatever that truth is. And when you get it out, you feel better. It may hurt others, it may hurt you, but at the time you feel it's your truth and you speak it. That boisterous child that always spoke their mind, I feel a middle child, that outshined the rest. Always quite joyous, laughing, joking, being that person that everybody watched and saw. And also when angry, telling the truth, just telling the truth as it is. Seeing that it's not right to keep it in. You just need to get it out. And up until a point in your life that served you. I see there was blessings within that. Lots and lots of blessings. You got your own way. And life went your way. So you thought. In the present now, you realize that those thoughts that you had of being right and telling your truth have not served you. You've been too outspoken. There's rules and regulations that you haven't abided to. You felt you didn't need to. It's made you lose out. Lose out on money. Lose out on a wage packet. Lose out on bonuses. Lose your job. And all that time you didn't realize that that person that you offended, whether it be some form of hierarchy or somebody who just had the upper hand at the time, could change your life. Change your life to such a degree you were totally unaware. And even then, when this situation happened, you just thought to yourself, well, what's the problem? What is the problem? I didn't say this, I said that. And what's wrong with that? It's the truth. It's my truth. But what you're realizing now is that truth has changed your life to such a degree, Libra, that it aches you, it pains you. You feel so alone. You feel degraded. You feel so unsupported in your truth. You're realizing the consequences. There's been lots of people talking about this. You always feel a feeling of just having to say what you need to say. It doesn't matter about the consequences. The consequences haven't occurred to you all this time, through part of your adult life, up until now. As long as you tell your truth, as long as you override what that person said, as long as your voice is louder, you feel that you needed to do this because it's right. But all those truths that you felt you knew about yourself and the situation have proved you wrong. There's a situation now in your life where you're at despair, Libra. Maybe there's plans that you had to change your career. I don't care, you know, that's that. Didn't like that job anyway. Didn't like those people. Didn't want that promotion. And now it's a major, major problem. It's a major problem. You're looking at your past, you're looking at your present, and you can't really see what is going on in the future. You've lost your way. Other people that you felt were going to be there for you have not been there. Instead of them being your allies, they've turned into your enemies. Those people at that tribunal hearing, at HR, that gathering of friends, family. Maybe it's an inheritance. Maybe there's somebody standing between you and your inheritance. You and your livelihood, you and your profession, your qualification. It's at stake now. Maybe you feel unemployable. Maybe you feel there's nothing else left for you in life. Libra, I'm so sorry this has happened. I'm sorry that you feel this way. That you felt that you'd have to close yourself off from your friends, your family, not go out as much because you can't afford it anymore. Life's not the same. You're not using your car. Maybe you've had to sell your car. Maybe you've had to not answer the phone, not communicate with people. Just drop a text every now and again just to say, hey, I'm here. But life is just not the same. That cruel and callous, cold world, that person that devastated your life, they're very, very callous. They've had people also in their past, in their families, that have ridiculed them. Well, they felt they've had to speak their truth and they were not allowed. Their creativity was curtailed. Their thoughts, their feelings didn't matter. And when they spoke to you in this situation, you made them feel that way, Libra. You made them feel like they did in the past. They were a member of the hierarchy, whatever that is, and you belittled them. Whatever they had to say to you, you had an answer. They didn't like it. They really didn't like it. And they went about and they gossiped about you. They told half a story. They went around and told the people they knew they'd had conversations about you with in the past. People you'd said things to that maybe took it the wrong way. People, allies, enemies of yours, but allies of theirs that they knew would help them. They've gone round each of them, one by one, and built this story against you. And the reason they were able to do that is because you are so outspoken. And don't get me wrong, in some situations that's fine, it works. It's good. But you need to balance that. Libra, you're the scales. You need to balance now. It's time. It's time to balance all those behaviours. When you feel that feeling inside, that urge to say something, please stop. Think about it. Think about the consequences to these actions. Think about what's going to happen when I speak my mind. Seven of Cups is upright. You know, you choose to speak your mind in whichever way you feel like doing because you can. You might have chosen or you've continued to choose the wrong cup. You've not evaluated the situation properly. It's time to start balancing those scales, Libra. You can't always speak. I was going to say your truth, but maybe it's not the truth, Libra. This is just how you feel. You're saying whatever comes to your head and your mind at the time to make sure that you feel okay. Because all this time when you speak your truth, it's been about you. To protect yourself, to protect your thoughts, to protect your feelings. So you're not always right, but what's happened is you felt justified. You felt just in the way you spoke because you're speaking out. But speaking out is not necessarily the truth. Now it's got you into problems with these people. Your money's been taken away from you. Your livelihood, your liberty, your choices. Money is not all, but money provides you with choices in your life, decisions that you can make about where you live, the holiday you go on, the pension scheme you have. The car that you drive. Libra, you like extravagance. You like a nice house, nice furniture, nice things, technology, the latest this or that or the other. You love all that. You like to be up with the times. These things cost money, Libra. Sorry about the trains. These things cost money. These material things. And it's not all. Maybe you stood on someone, on people that helped you, people that supported you during that job, during that career. You trod on them. You got the answers to the questions that you need and you moved on. You didn't care about the fact that that person's imparted knowledge and experience, their experience with you. You just took it and you ran. And came off as if it was yours. And when it came down to it, Libra, when the King of Swords reverse came on you, you couldn't justify your experience, your knowledge, your understanding, because you took it from someone else. You took that knowledge and you didn't respect it. You didn't say thank you. You didn't appreciate it. It was all about the money. Yeah, well, if I look this way, if I put this facade on, if I pretend I know this, this and this, it'll help me. You know, it'll make the dollars roll. It'll make sure I keep this job. It didn't. It hasn't. And now you've had to cut yourself off from life, literally pull yourself away. Hopefully one of these cups holds something that you can hold on to. Maybe you have another profession on the side that you can use that can support you a bit. Turn your hand to something. Libra, you're good at being resourceful. You can be very, very resourceful. You can pull something out of nothing because you've got that determination. So now you have to gather that determination within you to support you with integrity, to support you with caring and feeling of others, how they feel when you say something to them and do something to them, how they receive it. What are the consequences of this? I feel you met up on the wrong person. And maybe from last year, this year, couple of years, there's been things going on in your life that you could have prevented. Discernment and gratitude, integrity, kindness, understanding, love for others, respect for others. You can't continue bulldozing over these integral things in life. I'm not saying all of you. This is just maybe a few of you, some of you, but this is what I'm feeling. So, you don't know what to do now. There's times when you're at home or within your thoughts and you feel you've got it made. This next venture is going to do it. This job, this interview I'm going for, I'm going to get this job. And then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, Libra. Start from the beginning. Be grateful for the interview. Pray to receive abundance in your life. Before you do that, be grateful for everything you see, all those people around you, the things that you were not doing before. Be very grateful. Someone imparts knowledge and information to you. Feel grateful in your heart. Practice mindfulness. Be present in those feelings. When you say thank you, feel it from the bottom of your heart. Because that energy of gratefulness brings prosperity, but it has to be true. Brings abundance into your life. Brings opportunity in your life. But you have to honestly feel it. Feel it with integrity. Everything you do is done with integrity. Not with material things in mind. Appreciate the air that you breathe. Appreciate the fact that you've got up in the morning. That you're able to walk. Have you been in an accident, an incident, where it's left you immobile for some time? Remember how that felt and really appreciate your good physical condition every day. Start there, Libra. Has there been a time when you've been breathless, your respiratory system hasn't served you the way it should have? Have you had a really bad cold for months and months and it really had an impact on the rest of your organs? Be grateful for the air that you breathe, that your respiratory system is okay and you've been blessed. Every morning. Be grateful for those good people around you. Don't close yourself off, Libra. I know it's hard. I know you're going through a real situation at the moment. And it's live and it frightens you. And it's got you frozen. And you don't know what to do. Reach out to those people that you know will support you through this time and have supported you. Be grateful. Reach out to them again. Ask them to be there for you. Thank them for all those things that they did for you, all that knowledge they imparted when you needed it, guidance, information when you needed it, when you decided you were going to talk over them instead of actually being grateful and listening. Those times when you've pretended you've heard the knowledge that they're willing to give you, and then you've pretended you didn't hear it and say the same thing that they've just said to you. That's not nice. That's not appreciation. It's not humble, Libra. Be humble. Have a humble approach to this now. The reason why things are not going the way that they need to, or what you would like them to, is because you need to start being that person of integrity. Every word, every deed, every thought, every action. This situation came about because you had none of that. And I understand you have that determination and you have that force behind you that you need everything done and you need it now and me. Me is not an island. Me can't be unified in a team. Me, just me alone, signals I don't have friends. So in order to be in that team, that group, those friends, that family, you need to share. You need to be supportive. You need to listen. Listen means don't speak. Look at that person when they're speaking to you. Look at them in their face. Acknowledge them respectfully. Tell them thank you. Tell them the good things about them that you like and appreciate. Not that you like because you're getting something out of it. Yes, we do always want something out of our relationships, friendships, but we also have to give. It's that balance, Libra. Balance. Strike that balance. Be that person that everybody wants to be around because you found your balance. Be that person that everybody wants to hear from. Impart your knowledge. Impart your understanding. Share those material things with your friends. Give freely, with an open heart. There's something you've kept from your childhood. That reminds you of really good times. When you were the spoilt one. When you got the best out of everything. And you've kept that item. Whether it be in your mind or you physically have it, whether it's a teddy bear, sit and meditate with that item, with that thought and feeling that you had at those times. Go back to that childhood memory where you were free and actually giving and open to receiving and also giving. You gave just as much at those times. You were so kind, so innocent. I ask you, Libra, to go back to those times. Remember how that feeling was in your childhood. And this is why also your relationships, Libra, your partnerships, you won't stay. You'll always be looking for the next best thing. You'll stay long enough to tell that person what to do. Give them advice that you feel is the right advice, and if they don't take your advice, you're upset. Life's not like that. Everybody has their own mind, their own view, their own opinion, their own thoughts. You can't always be right. Libra, think about it. Start respecting other people's views. If that person doesn't look perfect, that's because they're not. No one's perfect. You're not perfect. And that's just the way of the world. Remember, when you're a child, when you were that child and you received that happiness, you had no judgment of people. You didn't have that feeling of always wanting to gain something because you were freely giving. Your heart was innocent and open. So you need that again, Libra. In your relationships right now, you're changing your mind. You don't want to be there. Or you want to be there. You want to be somewhere else. You're feeling like, oh, it's summer now. Or it's summer in England. And it's summer other places, I'm sure. There's some hot climates, countries. And you just want to be out there. Posing in your car that you probably don't have now. Or can't afford to run right now. Or in someone else's car that you're not even speaking to at the moment because you've shut yourself away. Or meet those people that you had on the side, that you have on the side, that you've got in your little black book, that you've always been interested in, where you've had a little something and not followed it through. You feel like your energy is feeling like you just want to burst out there and do that stuff now. But because of the consequences to your actions, you can't do those things now. You've burnt bridges. Money's tight, money's short. You don't want people to see you like this. You're proud. Too proud. Let that pride be in your integrity, Libra. Let that pride now be before every fall, before every incident. Think before you respond, before you act, before you be that usual self. Think about the other person. Think about imparting something to them, giving them, before giving yourself. Share that kind word, that kind thought, that kind deed. Be grateful to everybody and everything, for everybody and everything. All those things that you were not doing before, Libra, are going to help you in the future. Your future. Your future is bright. Because if you take that determination that you have and use it to support others. Sorry about the gardening in the background. To support others. That determination, that motivation and that drive you have. Turn it into being a person of integrity. Turn that into being that person that is going to help someone. Offer your support. Offer your hand of love, of guidance. All those things that you didn't appreciate. Now turn them into things that you will share with others that are going to support you also on your life's journey. Now is the time, Libra. Those opportunities are out there for you. That job that you almost got, I feel that you almost got lots of jobs recently. And for some reason, they didn't turn out right. Those relationships and those bonds you almost made, and at the last minute, something happens. It's your level of integrity and gratitude and honesty and support that you're giving others. Follow it through, Libra, and you will get everything that you desire. Everything you wish for. Everything that you have prayed for. But pray from the heart. Pray from the heart. Be humble. Go right back to the beginning. Get out in that fresh air. And be grateful that you haven't got that car anymore, or the car's not working and you can't afford to fix it, or that person's messed you up and it's still in the garage. Walk. Walk in nature. Look at the trees. Get the oxygen in your lungs. Be grateful for that free exercise you're getting. You don't have to go and pose at the gym. You don't have to. But what you can do is when you're walking in that park, be grateful. Say hello to people. Get to know others. You like to talk. The young, the old, whoever, they're all people that you need to respect and honour and have common courtesy for, Libra. And in turn, they will impart the knowledge, the guidance, the information, that job, introduce you to that person that you're going to have forever, that soulmate. Be honest with your partner. Be honest with your partner, Libra, about how you feel. If you don't think the relationship is going to work, talk to them about it. If you feel you've been in this relationship for a very long time and you're now there for the wrong reasons, Libra, I know it's difficult, but you need to tell them. You've been outspoken about the negative things, but you need to be positive. Maybe you need to look at those things and be grateful for when that person, your partner, your lover, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, when they've been there for you. When you've been unwell, physically, emotionally, mentally, they were there for you. And all of a sudden you have your health back. You have a state of mind back that you can function. You're not grateful anymore. Well, if that relationship had run its course a long time ago, talk to your partner about it. If you feel you'll be better all by yourself, be fair. Look at the situation. If you feel you're holding that person back from being themselves, or you're being cruel to that person because of what you say, what you do, and you can't help it because you just don't want to be there anymore, make the right decisions, Libra. I'm not going to tell you to leave that person, because your state of mind, the way it is now, I mean, I feel like you're running scared. I feel there's so many thoughts and feelings and situations and stuff going through your head. You don't know where you are. So many decisions you need to make about life, about you, about your partner, about what you say, about what you do, your actions. You need to follow through on something. You need to find that balance in your life, Libra. You need to get on track. It's time now. It's been time for a long time. I think you know that. I feel there's a pregnancy around you, or a small child that's been born recently. And there's something about that growth. Maybe you've watched the pregnancy. Maybe you want a child now. And you've been watching this child grow within this woman and saying to yourself, what a wonderful world this is. How life is so precious. Maybe you've seen this newborn baby and looked and said to yourself, this is an absolute miracle. Look how precious this life is. So is yours, Libra. And the appreciation you've shown for that birth, for that pregnancy, you need to show for yourself. This is your rebirth. It's time for you now to start looking at all these things that you need to change within yourself. All these worries, all these argumentative tones, what you feel you can just throw at people. And start using that determination, that truth, to be honest with yourself. And imparting positive things in your life to others, supporting others. Be very, very generous, and your life will be abundant, Libra. The behaviours of which you demonstrated in the past are no longer. You're not going to continue to do these things without consequences. So it's time now to do the right thing, to get on the right path, to meditate, whether it's out in the open, in a room. Quiet your mind, Libra. Quiet your mind. Be mindful of others. Be mindful of your thoughts. Let them be generous thoughts, abundant thoughts. When you have a thought for yourself, have a thought for others. Stop the worry. I know it's hard, but the more you worry, the more you're attracting to yourself It's the law of attraction. So try your best to think positively, speak positively, let your actions be positive. We are coming into that time where we have no time left to be considering whether we should or we shouldn't. Whether I can afford to be, stop being selfish, because if I am, what about me? This is the whole point. You need to be selfless. Think about yourself less and think more of others. This will bring abundance personified into your life, because Libra, you're lovely people. You have got a generous heart. Remember, go back to those childhood memories when you had no judgment, when you were harmonious and loving and playful and joyous, when you had that toy in your arms and you let other people play with it. The joy it gave you. Go back to those childhood feelings. Be generous. And from now on, Libra, when you walk into that circle of people, that group, that relationship, that job, that partnership, please think first. Think about your contribution to this situation. Speak your truth, but speak it with everybody else in mind too. Be motivated, but be as motivated equally for others within that group, within that dynamic. I've just seen a lollipop. Sorry about the trains again. I've just seen a lollipop. So definitely your childhood bright red lollipop with green pieces in it. And you liked the green bits first. You tried to eat the green bits first because those were the sweetest parts. And you could never do it because that lollipop encompassed the whole sphere. And you had to it took you ages to realise that you just have to start from the outside and work your way in. And when you got to the inside of the lolly, then the green bits, you could taste a lot more. It was a lot sweeter. So this is life. On the inside, you work from the inside. Because in the inside, it's so much nicer. There's so much abundance. There's so much bliss. There's so much joy inside you. But have the time and have the patience to encompass everything. All spheres of life, all angles of life. And you will be unified within yourself and with others. And when you go within, find the nicest things about you, the generosity, the kindness, the sweetness that you have. You're a very sweet sign. People like being around you. But that has to come from within. Come on, Libra, I know you can do this. This is just a general reading. If you want a personal reading, please contact me on the information below. Please like, share and subscribe. I love doing your readings, Libra, and I just hope that everything turns out just right, just how you need it. Please remember the guidance and information I've given you today. And please, be true. To thyself, be true. Thanks, Libra. Take care. Bye for now.